Hello, Zam General. Good evening. We're Freedom Mulishani. Power tap. Muita 1-2. Hi, Facebook. Share, invite people. Happy Friday. How's everybody? How's everyone? I am fine, thank you. Mulishani. Another day in paradise. Good evening. Power tap. Share. Okay, ciao manga mulibwino. Hi, Bakaro. How are you guys? Welcome. Waiseni munganda ya mafunde. That's spicy mulishani. Waiseni munganda ya mafunde. Oh my goodness. Portalicious, how are you? Hi. Share, guys. Tablet ta share. Mulishani. Avena Mafkin. Hi, Kennedy Zimba. If Anthony knew. Kuti walwalo mtwe mwandi. Zambian politics. Election kasama. Mwevantu kukasama. Kasama. Anyway, I have a few topics today. Guys. Today we are going to talk about political stakeholders. We are also going to talk about the kasama by-election. And yeah, I think we'll just keep it very, not too many topics. So kasama by-election, political stakeholders, and what else? The ECL barrio, you know. Somebody just tagged me. Hi, Don Oscar, you want to come up? My co-host is here. Again, this funeral, ECL funeral drama has started again. Oh my goodness. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Katwisha for to alalanda, mwevantu wakwarisa. Ilia chiriro chavenich. I took good to see familiar faces always supporting us, not me. It's our page because we make it. It is our page. Yes. So, yeah. Tulipano, share. New Friday, hakuna kulala. New Kasama. I didn't expect much from New Kasama. From Kasama by-election. I didn't expect much from that by-election. Once I heard people threatening Walubinda not to go in Kasama, I'm just like, okay, we are not even going to waste time to worry about this thing. There were no G20s that were being transmitted. You know, it's ministers camped over there. All the cadres were in Kasama. You know, what happened is not a surprise. It is not a surprise, but we'll comment, guys. Send to share to 100. Let me share, and then we'll get started. Power tap, guys. So that tufule. Nipa Friday lero, guys. Twashiwa ku EMV show. The kudos to Bamwamba. Hats off. You know, Bamwamba is a big page right now. He's a big political player, Bamwamba, because he's PF. And all these things that are happening, they are centered on PF. So I think going to Bamwamba's page is the best we can do. So to never support Bamwamba, always let's go to him. EMV show. He comes, I think, every other day at 20 hours Zambian time. So we need to go to that page. Pandre pari fishing. Pano Kutumwaisa, yes. There were no G20. Pano, you can follow Queen Pumi because we are an independent voice here. We are independent voices here. So we are able to look into the whole PF scenario, what is going on. But umute weriashi, the truth, apa kufunyeriashi ni pariba mwamba verified because he goes there. You know, of course, he has restrictions. He can't say certain things because he's a PF member. So that's where you come to our page here, where we we have no restrictions. When you come here, the gloves are off. We say it as it is. But when again, kuya kuliba mwamba, you get the whole gist. Kuliba mwamba kuya mkusenderia shilionse as PF, because he's I think he's a PF a media person or something. Yeah. So Bamwamba, we need to be tuned into the Bamwamba. Yes, I tried to listen to that interview, but the sound was bad. Yeah, Bamake Bizulu Nava Frank Mutubila. I tried to tune in, but sound yachiba bad. So let me play something while I share, guys. Pani ears on the ground. Diya shkuli konkaka. Okay, but TikTok almost 1,000. Chen tufike pa 2,000. Zero to where I am. We reached 2,000, right? Likes on TikTok, and we'll get started. And then by that time, I'll be done sharing. I will be done sharing. So, stay tuned, stay tuned. Share power tap to power tap, power tap, power tap. Stay tuned, guys. So, I'm a page here, Konka. I'm recommending these pages, guys. Follow Queen Cobra, follow EMV. Of course, myself and Queen Cobra, we are independent political stakeholders, but EMV is a PF, so EPAC for Mediash, Pari EMV Paria. And Mwamba is a member of the Patriotic Front Central Committee. So whatever Mwamba will say is coming from the Hello, Mama, I'm live. Okay, all right. So, mwebantu bakwalesa. If you feel chitika, stay tuned kuri pam. Stay tuned on EMV because
women and youths to march on those days. How did we?
Yeah, so Mwamba is a member of the Central Committee, PF Central Committee, so he will come with the truth.
Did we let him, did we need to have the papers to do that work? No, we didn't. So even now, the General Conference is just an ordinary meeting. Robert Chavinga to direct our women and youths to march on those days. How did we pick a candidate, Simon, in your constituency in Petauke? How did we pick a candidate in Chawama? Did we let him, did we need to have the papers to do that work? No, we didn't. So even now, the General Conference is just an ordinary meeting. Robert Chavinga to direct our women and youths to march on those days. How did we pick a candidate, Simon, in your constituency? Just like the Central Committee meeting, we are going to have I'll give you a chance. We are going to have a process to pick a leader in a democratic way. If you feel sticker, you know Mao Sampa is a good friend of mine, but I condemned him. Mao's the chushava nove bonse why ipangila fechila chove. I have said the same to Robert Chavinga, and unfortunately I will say the same to Brad Munduvile. If he thinks he can abandon the democratic process in the PF, Ayaeka. Just like the Central Committee meeting, we are going to have I'll give you a chance. We are going to have a process to pick a leader in a democratic way. If you feel sticker, you know Mao Sampa is a good friend of mine, but I condemned him. Mao's the chushava nove bonse why ipangila fechila chove. I have said the same to Robert Chavinga, and unfortunately I will say the same to Brad Munduvile. If he thinks he can abandon the democratic process in the PF, Ayaeka. Just like the Central Committee meeting, we are going to have I'll give you a chance. We are going to have a process to pick a leader in a democratic way. If you feel sticker, you know Mao Sampa is a good friend of mine, but I condemned him. Mao's the chushava nove bonse why ipangila fechila chove. I have said the same to Robert Chavinga, and unfortunately I will say the same to Brad Munduvile. If he thinks he can abandon the democratic process in the PF, Ayaeka. Just like the Central Committee meeting, we are then that's okay. But if he wants to purport that he's PF, he can't do that. It will not be different from what Mao Sampa did. It will not be different from what Robert Chavinga did. So what is at stake is our country. We can't be fooled in these simple processes. And JJ, as a supporter of Brand Munduwile, I would like her. Unless he's not PF, then that's okay. But if he wants to purport that he's PF, he can't do that. It will not be different from what Mao Sampa did. It will not be different from what Robert Chavinga did. So what is at stake is our country. We can't be fooled in these simple processes. And JJ, as a supporter of Brand Munduwile, I would like her. Unless he's not PF, then it's not too late for us to reconcile these people. It's not too late for us to have a genuine general conference, a democratic conference. Whether we call ourselves no party that day, the way we make decisions, we can have that meeting. But you people are not helping. So okay, you can speak, my brother. I thought because you are JJ, you have a stake in our country. So I should bother to have a conversation with you. Others, I can let them say what they want to say.
Okay, now let me answer what you have said.
I would like to appeal to you. It's not too late for us to reconcile these people. It's not too late for us to have a genuine general conference, a democratic conference. Whether we call ourselves no party that day, the way we make decisions, we can have that meeting. But you people are not helping. So okay, you can speak, my brother. I thought because you are JJ, you are the stake in our country. So I should bother to have a conversation with you. Others, I can let them say what they want to say.
Okay, now let me answer what you have said.
I'd like to appeal to you. It's not too late for us to reconcile these people. It's not too late for us to have a genuine general conference, a democratic conference. Whether we call ourselves no party that day, the way we make decisions, we can have that meeting. But you people are not helping. So okay, you can speak, my brother. I thought because you are JJ, you are.
How many times you and me have we talked to ask you at even moment to reconcile? Has he reconciled? Is anyone?
I'm listening to you, my brother, now.
Yes. Do you think how many times you and me have we talked to ask you at even moment to reconcile? Has he reconciled? Is anyone?
I'm listening to you, my brother, now.
Yes. Do you think how many times you and me have we talked to ask you at even moment to reconcile? Has he reconciled? Is anyone?
I'm listening to you, my brother, now. Given women that doesn't own the party, my brother, given women that doesn't own the party, all of us own that party. So we shouldn't put...
And you and me, you know what I'm talking about. We have been pleading to say, we're given it, can you reconcile with your friends? But as we're given it, to reconcile with anyone.
But...
Have you seen any reconciliation?
My brother, you and I had a discussion on Monday that we should begin to reconcile these two factions. Huh? We had this discussion on Monday, isn't it? On Sunday, yes. Monday, we had.
Yes.
So like today, what has happened? How can you reconcile? Given women that doesn't own the party, my brother, given women that doesn't own the party, all of us own that party. So we shouldn't put...
And you and me, you know what I'm talking about. We have been pleading to say, we're given it, can you reconcile with your friends? But as we're given it, to reconcile with anyone.
But...
Have you seen any...
Okay, Mwaiseni, good, happy Friday. Donoska, you can come up if you're there. Welcome, people. Donoska Vaya. Anyway, I'm here, guys. So I'll make my presentation and then you can join if you want. Share, guys. Share. We're talking about the developing story, what is happening, the political, current political situation in the country. So the main topic is the new kasama. What happened in New Kasama, the loss of the FDD Tonse in New Kasama. They have lost. I'll talk about that. FDD Tonse loss. And then I'll talk about the Mundubide self-expulsion. We know that Mundubide, through his action, he has self-expelled himself. And if you listen to Emmanuel Mwamba's show, if you didn't listen to it, Muya Mutambe's show yalelo, and I liked the gentleman, the caller called Munkonge. I hope to clip that caller. Munkonge, who called on EMV, explained everything. And I thank Mwamba because he gave him time to explain everything that Mundubide has done. So go to Emmanuel Mwamba's show, the live for today, and watch what Munkonge said. You know, and this is what we need. We need the truth and the honesty, because the truth will set us free. Ngatwayambo kula, you know, glossing around the truth and telling people who are insulting people who are saying as it is, it won't help Zambia. We need to stand on the truth. Yes, I'm live on TikTok. Not on YouTube, just TikTok and Facebook. Yes, Tuku, I see you. So yes, so Munkonge explained it. So we'll talk about the kasama loss, and then we'll talk about Bamundu with his self-expulsion, and also Mundu with a self-expulsion, kasama loss, and the ECL burial is another topic. So I want to start first to talk about the kasama loss. Now, I think the kasama loss is self-inflicted, because if that whole team, which worked very well in Chawama, went to Kasama and did the same, we would have victory in Kasama. And again, I repeat, if the team that was in Chawama went to Kasama, we would have seen a victory in the Tonse FDD team. But you know, there are complex issues surrounding the PF, where we have a PF faction, which is the official legal PF faction led by Balubinda, and then we have another PF faction which is led by Banumba Mundubile, who went to Kasama there, and in Kasama, that Mundubile led PF faction started threatening started threatening Balubinda not to go to Kasama. I'll repeat. The Mundubile led PF faction was in Kasama on the ground, and they started threatening the Lubinda faction, who just delivered an election in Chawama, not to go to Kasama. Now, I want to ask the Mundubile faction, who were threatening Balubinda not to go to Kasama, are you people really in it to win it, or what is your motive? Because when we have this politics, the main point of multi-party democracy is to oppose the ruling party, and then eventually these opposition ruling parties, they should come together, and the goal is to remove the ruling party. Now, it's like these opposition, they are sabotaging each other. Even within PF Mudiamuine, PF is one political party. There is one breakaway camp who is now sabotaging the main PF. So now I sit here and I ask myself, are these people really in it to win it? Yashibola yo mlete yanga tamlefwa yo kuwina. Because nobody wina kuchawama kudia, they delivered Chawama. So why take mumani akapi so that you deliver Kasama? But instead, these people, they were threatening those people who delivered the Kuchawama. And now look at them, Basevana. Now Basevana, for a lack of a better word, the PF don't say whatever FDD, whatever they have done in Kasama, now Basevana. And the people were saying that even those votes is because Bakambwili Eva Ideko, the votes that actually got them to where they were is because of Bakambwili. Now, I am saying here to say, Mwemena Zambia, let's be serious. I think my message will be, I think let's cut our, let's take a binoculars to lolekeshinomba. These political players, anyone with a suspicious motive, let us cut them loose and move without them. Because we are tired of pleading to say, let's work together, work together. Now within the PF, one PF political party, they are failing to work together. So nishkutuaratika kuisa. Within that PF, some of these people, they are not in it to win it. Me, I would say that what has happened, the people who were there Kukasama and threatening Balubinda not to go to Kasama, they sold that Kasama election. Because if these people were in it to win it, the team ile yali kukasama nga bali kuja okwebati they deliver victory for the opposition, they would not be threatening Balubinda okwebati be yako kukasama. Balubinda bati they deliver victory. Just a few days ago, he delivered victory in Chawama, Balubinda's team. And when I say Balubinda, I'm not calling Balubinda as a person. I am saying Balubinda as a team. He delivered victory in Chawama. So, nomba ya Balubinda, team ya Balubinda kudia mwadi mwene foto awombere. Kuchawama, even me, I was here. I'm a G20 yale isa to poster. Ama election results, they were coming and we were posting in Chawama. But this team, the other team who claim they are PF and they are in it to win it, kasama, we didn't see Ama G20 coming in. We didn't see the results flowing as the results flowed in Chawama. There was no vote protection. So no, but these people who were there threatening Balubindo, kasama, they failed to land this election. So me, I am asking, are these people in it to win it or kuleta confusion, political games? They are part of the ruling party. UPND won in Kasama. UPND won in. There was no voter protection, you know. And I think there is a on Mwamba's show, a lady called. Not a lady, a person who said the family bali kulia in one of the polling stations. Atawa want to land that bale vote la FTD. Number ya isa fuma UPND was in the leading, you know. So me, I am here to say my final remark on this Kasama election is Mwewena Zambia. Let us count our losses to all binoculars. And these people who are just an extra baggage, they are weighing us down. They are pretending they are with the opposition party. They are dragging us down. Na mumone fe tualusa nani kani? Efe tualusa Kasama. Ingata tuchenjile na mwoga Stefi Kabako. Tusala pukefi hapa. And cut the people loose we are suspecting. Namu Bible bali lemba, if your right arm causes you to sin, cut it off. Apa nomba ba takuli fya nefya ko bati muletwe bati fwe bambituri ba UPND shan muleke. Because how can the same PF kwaliba faction imo ine faction ya ita branch off ever to ita tinfo ba UPND. We are not UPND. We are political stakeholders who want to see a change of government. We are on your team. We are on the team called the opposition. You know, we are preaching unity. So if you are preaching unity, why mlet salaula? Yes, many people even voted for UPN for UPND in 2021. PF card carrying members have left UPND. I mean UPND members. Our lesson dama card UPND. Me, I am not a card carrying member. I am just a political stakeholder for good governance. So, if something is not right, I cannot continue supporting UPND, and I stopped supporting UPND in September 2021, for the record. So, Nombapa, Mwemantu, PF leaders, the original PF leaders who respect the rule of law. We can't have a person, a presidential candidate, Aima, branching off to go to another on his own and carrying people because he's popular. And people are saying, let's just support Wamundu because he's popular. No, he's popular, but his popularity will die because of the way he's doing things. We cannot support an illegality. This is the man whom we want to form government. How can we support a presidential candidate who is starting his career to presidency illegally? So imagine the illegalities that this man will do when he forms government. If he can branch off from a legal organization overlooking all the constitution of PF, and is starting to start off via kujoin Tonse, and now they have taken over the presidency of Tonse, and they removed the PF as the anchor party. Who does that? And then Bamundubile wants to be a president of Zambia. Mwemena Zambia ngamukavotera Bamundubile with all his illegalities he has done. Nishi chama fetua ikara na ba HH. Panta bapuseni. If we have a president who's not respecting the rule of law, then we might as well stay with the HH, because he also not respecting the rule of law. Why should we change from HH to Mundubile, who are both not following the constitution? Mundubile has failed to follow the constitution of PF. So why you people maybe support about Mundubile? Change fyo kuri ba Mundubile. Tuye kuri ba Mundubile bale filo konka constitution ya PF. If he fiamba panono. Now if Bamundubile is given presidency of Zambia, can you imagine how it will be? Bamundubile, you had popularity because everybody is saying Bamundubile everybody popular background. No, Bamundubile the process na mulufyanya. Na mulufyanya Bamundubile na am advisors venu, they have killed your political career. I can say that, like Bamundubile, whoever advise you is a jealous person who has killed your political career. Yes, because Zambians are not blind to the fact that you are using an illegal way to get to presidency, to be on the ballot. So people will be like, we can't have a president who used an illegal means. We can't have a president, but in our nankwe pamo, like he's a statesman. You know, he has been in politics. You know, he was leader of opposition. His credentials, they speak for himself. You know, but what he has done has taken away from the respect people gave him. Yeah, but Bamundubile, what he has done is like the people who advise him, they have killed Bamundubile's political career. Mwaishiba. Sometimes you have to be careful about people who you are taking advice from. Be careful. Munachita consult. Like if you are a big political figure, ama decisions. If you make a decision, sit down, consult. Don't limit your circle of advice to only a few people. Go outside your area and consult. You don't even have to put, you know. That's why in Mumonenangwa, in our traditional Yama villages, Vesu, even up to now, his political career is intact in your head, because Zambians will not accept to elect a president who got to presidency dubiously. No. We are already dealing with the situation Hakainde Ichidema. How he got to presidency. Even him, he didn't dribble his friends. At least Hakainde, he was just standing by UPND uncontested. In the case of Hakainde, he's even more credible to be a president of UPND, because wale umfana fyoko kuine ero bai minina Hakainde unopposed. So in terms of Hakainde, he got to the presidency. Whatever he did, no one was opposing him. Mamona. So number in case of Bamundubile, there are 9 people in PF, but instead walole lebaye ku convention when abachita branch away baya ku Tonse kulia baya chite mingalato, from there from Tonse baba president of Tonse. So we are sure that Bamundubile baka on the ballot. I don't know what political party, but definitely Bamundubile will be on the ballot. But people will always associate him to that scandal. This is where I'm saying, because people always associate Bamundu with it, to the scandal how he ascended to power in Tonse, this is the cross he has to bear. And that will be the cross he will be, his political career will be crucified on. That is the mistake that he made. Ngabali take Kenya fe Bamundu with it. Me, I said, including many people, they said we will support whichever candidate is picked by PF. Bamundu is the one who was popular. Makebi just came on the scene. You know, Makebi is not too long ago. So maybe Bamundu ngabali take ngeba PF flag bearer, and maybe Makebi ngewa advice. Wosenga tuali chita campaign. Nombe fichaba, I don't know, Kaya. So that is my I rest my case on Bamundu with self-expulsion. He doesn't even need a letter. Takuri no ingalembela. Like writing a letter kuri Bamundu that he has been expelled is a waste of time because he self-expelled himself. Bachilondo la mungonge bachilondo pali ba mwambasho pali. You know? Waya kuri batonse bachita expel by PF. So you are PF, so when you batonse the rogue faction of Tonse, when they expel PF, it means you are expelled. You know? So, the rogue Tonse expels PF. Bamwamba is in, Bamundu is in that meeting, but he's sitting there while the PF is being expelled and is also PF. So him sitting there while the PF is being expelled simply means that he has left PF, so he self-expelled himself. You can't be with people, a team. What example can I give? Pali ba neba baleyamba bafyashibobe. Wafuma pamobe wa pali ba neba, mwateka akabungwe na ba neba oleyamba bafyashibobe. Ushepanga ndapali ya ukabwele poli libili. Are you sure ukabwele poli libili? Panga ndapamienu, you leave your house to go to your neighbors to plot against your own family. Are you going to come back to their house wakakuleke? That's Irengo ri mwana wandi wayamkunja bapali ba neighbor plotting evil against me. Ero public, not even privately, no. They did all this publicly. They were plotting against the legal PF. Bamundu is in on the plot. Tokobale chinjama constitution to remove PF as the anchor party. Bamundu was in on the plot. Ni self-expulsion na ya 200 vali pirezi. He has forfeited it because he has expelled himself. He can't even demand that 200 vali pire to run on as a PF. He has forfeited it. So it's simple as that, guys. You can't have woman or munganda kudi ba neighbor plotting evil against your family. Mwana nishi ngaya nishi ayapanga nataka wele poli biko fat bye kabio kokwino ko waya iba fyashibobe. So Bamundu bad advice. I don't know whose advisors are, but he will have a tough time even to make impact. Baka bakwati bena CF citizens, at least by Citizens First, they are just not popular because people are not ready for them yet. Who knows? Maybe one day people will be ready, the Zambians will be ready for Citizens First or a Socialist Party. But I think the Socialist Party, now Citizens First Party, I think they should smell the coffee and jump on, just sign and endorse the PF. Because I'm a vote over there quarter. You are just splitting the vote. You might as well just come on and join the bandwagon for the legal PF and put your vote there. It doesn't matter whether by CF, Nangwa SP, bale quarter 2 or 3 votes. Every vote matters. Every vote counts. Now, one vote, that can be the vote that can push over the election for the person to win. That can be the vote that can push over our candidate to get the 50+1. So we need to come together as Citizens First Socialist Party. That's why I'm happy with the NCP. But Peter Chanda, he said after the Chawama election, he had a reality check. Then he just said, okay, although he has endorsed Makebi, we haven't heard from Makebi because Makebi is part of PF and he can't take that decision by himself. He has to consult. So we are waiting to hear from the main PF what the main PF and Makebi will do concerning NCP's offer to Makebi Zulu. But otherwise, we salute you, Peter Chanda. This is how mature politics should be. Like, numbers don't lie. Just look at the numbers and pick a side. So the same thing for Ichaba Binu Mpundu as well. I think Binu Mpundu should also do what Peter Chanda did and just say, okay, I am coming to work with the PF main function, legal function. Yes, so but Binu Mpundu should do the same. Looking at the Chawama numbers, but Citizens First also, in Chawama the numbers were bad. In Kasama the numbers are bad. SP same. So we are praying that SP and Citizens First can join the main legal PF and we move together. Otherwise, you know, if the opposition Tamlefo could join the main legal PF, the campaign, we'll start telling people not to vote for you because it's like you are just there to split the vote. Your votes are not any impact at all. The numbers are so poor. Our numbers, they are really poor. The numbers are really poor. So why are they emphasizing on running by themselves if the numbers are so poor? Then from there, we can answer the question to say maybe they are just there to split the vote. Okay? If you are Citizens First, the numbers really, they are so low, then why are they insisting on being on the ballot? If the numbers are so poor, why can't they join with the PF faction, the legal PF faction, so that, you know, they can be an impact? Because if you look at the new Kasama election, I am told the opposition won 56%. The opposition have more than 56% vote. So the fact that this opposition, they don't want to go to the main PF faction, and they know that if they do, then UPND will be history. So them insisting to stand alone when they know that they cannot make an impact by themselves, but they don't want to join the party with the most of the votes, then they are just there to split the votes. Maybe they are being paid to split the vote. By Eric, to Alalanda Shan. Nimbina Valipira. Bale Valipira, Ukeba split the vote. Because in Gatabale Valipira, Ukeba split the vote. Kuchiba isa kuriaba ukuri ba PF evacuate abantu mwamona ba PF evacuate abantu. So our opposition abale imini na bakwata 10 votes 9 votes. Why are you doing that? Why are you being paid? I think it's a time to call a spade and call you out for what you are. Bakalava, are you being paid to run to contest the elections? Because your numbers are so low. And we are a few months before the election. So, echomule kakati loku iminat na imwe paka fe muchite field candidate yenu. Wishebale miripida to split the votes. So, number, efo na chana paniba mwambo kwebati, apano batwalambo kubadi campaigner. We are going to assume that mwema parties mwema shide folk join na main PF faction, you are being paid to split the vote, because that's the only logical explanation. What is the logical explanation of insisting to field the candidate when you know that it's no impact? You know, your vote, the votes you are getting, they are no impact, but you are still insisting on fielding a candidate. Because you know what? A vote is a vote. Even that 1%, 1 vote or 2 votes here are citizens first, can make Hakainde win. You see what I mean? Even the 10 votes that are going to Socialist Party or Citizens First can make Hakainde win an election. So, are you being paid to stop PF from winning? By Citizens First. Tatulelande fama party. Tamumwene uya kubukina faso na watana na ama political party on sana wata dismiss. Cause emu level upuba ma political parties. Ama political party, they are just there to split the vote. Political party take away the impact, but on every election, ileba pa ballot. Why? For what for? Are you serious? That's why in a political party, but I have seen ukwebati this election, but PF have got the upper hand. Eba kwata my structures all abantu over the fire. So in a why should I start nje mkula imini na palika political party abantu 5 bale vote. That's why I've put my voice behind the political party where people where oko abantu bale fire. Is no point in nje mkula ka political party na mkula vika abantu. I want to 5 bam vote. Because those 5 votes could be a tiebreaker. You know, I'm sure I can get 5 votes. Singaradi meaning on my political party. I can get 5 votes, or 10 or 20. But what's the point of getting 20 points when I know I can't win an election with 20 votes? So I would rather put those votes behind a PF so that they're a tiebreaker. If I get those 20 votes, they push PF to win the election. Than if I get 20 votes, they split the election so that they split the results so that Haka India win. UPND are winner because remember, we are in it to win it. It's a race. Tema ngala fiama numbers at yokula mona badeba kweteshani inena if mapa number 3 and apa we are in it to win it. It's a race. Opposition on one side, ruling on one side. I rest my case. Pali ashiria kunyuka sam. We are in it to win it. Yeah. And then again, the burial of ECL nani wukana foot. So, mwebantu, why bakose depo ukwebati balungu needs to be buried before the elections? Because if these people were really wanted to bury balungu before the elections, ingakale baba shika balungu. No, but 8 months. But HH win. And you know what I'm telling you, but HH cannot win a free and fair election because of the hardships abantu bale pitamo muchalo. The hardships abantu bale pitamo. But HH cannot win a free and fair election. Why do you think by katirama paper ya PFU? It is in black and white. But HH Nama leaked documents, you say there are leaked documents where HH and UPND, they have been told the hardships people are going through, the load shedding, the high cost of living. There is no way in hell HH enga win a free and fair election. We have had the governments have ruled Zambia, and we have not faced these calamities. ba win election in yonse. It's free and fair. So we say like they can't. Na mumone fi alechika kukasama. Achkwali ubunga muma polling station. Eh? Ubunga the people are hungry. Ama farmers kulia kuku ama farmers baba lipira. Nangu baba lipire ni bamo. So ama farmers bachiri bale na bakalipe emiti maimpi baba lipira. You think in a free and fair election farmer fyo kwete fya mano kucha ya votera government ya firo kumulipire mpia shakwe. Kucha ya votera government ile bale ya kanyama fertilizer munu mamenda. Do you think a farmer fye a villager fye ulia wine more strong or diaba PF? Do you think kucha ya votera UPND debts? But we saw what they had to do. Bali ya camping akuliama ministers bali abanani bali abali panani pali uliati muamba ulia wine nangu atina nanu uyusibongile. That MP, she was there seeing the Lepel MP. It wasn't free and fair mwe wantu kukasama. Kwali ama inducements. Eon kwali saba nefyongwe ya kwali fyongwe amariza uti ya isapiliuka. Ba PFFDD were leading. But there was no one to protect the vote. So that's why it's okay. Ababe never FDD tons. They told the team yabaluwindiye protect the vote at mwika yako. So nishteba shitisha election. Would I be wrong to say the FDD tons sold that election by threatening the Luwinda team who delivered victory in Chawama not to go to Kasama? Mwaise ni wa Samti Africa.
Kwa imwa tushe ni ba president.
Mkwai. Landeni.
Yeah, I've analyzed what happened in Kasama, and if we can have this kind of difference in terms of the margin, HH will go through in 2026. Because Southern Province, we will not give this difference. It will be huge. Then if they give HH 20,000, they will be giving the opposition maybe 2,000. The difference in Southern Province, Western Province, Northwestern will be very huge. If Northern Muchinga, Wakula, Eastern Province will be giving a slight difference. Don't talk of any kind of change into come this August. I don't think so. So even what we are talking about, people suffering, it's just maybe people are not suffering. I don't think they are suffering.
Yeah, abantu bale chula, but you know what happened there? Bali chinja fyama numbers. I don't think those are the real numbers. You know, and then in by election, so was bali ya camping akuli mwaishiba.
No, but the other team, the opposition, they are in a disarray. They are not organized, and while the 13 ministers were in Northern Province, in Kasama probably, the opposition, those who are very strong, they were nowhere to be seen in action. And they had to let it only on CK alone, and only few people who were with him. Because
bali basokati muisako mwamona. So all those people who are strong, they are with Balubinda as a team. So it's like umuntu aisa soka ba wiswati wisako iwa kutiwaya. You know? Bali soka Balubinda as a team. So there is no way the team ya Balubinda kuti ayakulia. Oko basokere team leader wa watu isa.
So this is what the people can't see. Because already if you calculate what the opposition had, if they had to put the figures together, they outnumbered the HH.
Exactly. Efo nachilanda padiana tiwa opposition number. Tien tuambe fiokula eba abantu kukula beba timwe bali milipira. You have been paid to split the vote because why mule kose la poku iminina mweka when you know that you are only getting 10 votes standing alone.
Exactly, because whether they like it or not, as long as they are in a disarray, they are isolated. They will never manage.
Yes, that's why now mundu vile filefyo bali ngiri okuba kudya background. Mundu vile was supposed to be in Kasama. But mundu vile bali kudya bale basuba mabunga. Why? Yeah?
So if they want change, if the opposition, if they want change, they should be united. If they don't unite themselves, they shouldn't even be talking about.
No. Namuishiba. You know I disagree. We have to change the language. Apabe na Zambia. We have to. If a number is like abafia shiba pondoka panganda so mashala fye mwaishibate. So this is how we should look at things as Zambians. These politicians, some of them vali pondoka. So if forever na padia number. Kuisambisha kusalapuka abena Zambia kusalapuka nokulolesha kubula mabai nokidasi nokumona uli omuntu apondweke nokumutaluka.
No, but why can't the opposition get united? Then they just
Tete unite bali pida kuyutusaka tuandala matulepitana mumushi because abana bwabaleteka nabeshi bati Nabamona, Kasama has shown them. Like I am a result, I am Kasama na yalango buteko kwebati tapani chenu if the opposition unite. So nabe natabalale, they will bribe each and everyone. Mwala mwana pa kuchituka fike mu 2020 papa mu August na list ya political party ikafula. Because Amaka is to divide and rule.
Listen, President. I don't think Anikalava can be corrupted. I don't think so. It can be bought. I don't.
No, eventually can no could join Nankwe Chinshi.
Because Kalava came number 3. Then number 2 was.
But in number 3, Namumona mass percentage. It's not yes. The number 3 kutumule mwana kwati banaba konka na niuku alikunshi. Let me show you the numbers. Did you see the numbers? Namumona ma percentage tata. Let me read it to you. Bakala baniba number 3 but he's down like baliukunshi mwaishiba.
But ngamatala ma percentage. You're in a percentage you had it with what FDD had. It can have a 50 plus 1.
No. It's 56%. I'm a numbers in quartile. UPND 44.19, FDD 37. Ngamwabika kweya baka 30 by FDD 37.15. Mwabika kwa Citizens First. By 7. Mwamona. But you could tell he's less than 10% by Citizens First. So ngamwachita add by Citizens First na by FDD. It's still low.
Now, after Citizens First, which one is there?
Ilaisa pali 44. Mwamona. It's still low. But FDD na by Citizens First is still under 50%. Ero ya chila nomba banan kan by UPND. Yaba 44.78. By UPND by 44.19. Watch konka pon UPPZ. UPPZ. Yeah.
What I know is it's very difficult to rig a by-election because it's properly monitored. It's very difficult.
No. Tamwachi berenga kanshi for bachilondora how they rigged it. Tamwachi bere imwe pali ba mwamba. Information ili pali ba mwamba. Efo nachila ya banati. Mule ya pali ba mwamba is a member of Central Committee of PF and information is being posted there. Correct information is being posted. So nganiwa SP bena machikwata fe 4%. Mwamon.
So SP came after. What about the number 4?
Number 4 niba UPBZ 5%. So nangumulanda niba number 3 bakalaba niba number 3 but you got less than 8%. 7 point shakutu. You know? So that's why tulelanda chaba palaba kalaba UPPZ SP. If you don't join the main political party of PF, nishtualanda mule for split my vote.
so courageous to feel that they are overzealous that they can manage.
You can't manage Naimwe. Bambi ninchito kanch. Apa number we just have to tell them as it is. Ukwebat Bambi, vale milipida to split the vote. Because even if it's 7%, that 7% can help ukuwina. But spice have been adding you.
Even 2%.
Now, Monica 1%, every vote matters. Every vote matters. So, apa nomba ife tuwakula imbafia tawe imweba citizen festi. Nga mwadiri mpia. Just go and enjoy that money. Ukuchida muise nomba. Muna chiringanye finto. It's not fair.
Queen Pumi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Spicy?
For me, I feel like they are not even paid, some of them. They are just overzealous.
Okay.
I feel like they are just, they are overestimating their potential. When they, because if look at even in Chawama, how he performed. It was bad even there.
No, but the overestimate you also which overestimate.
But before it was in the previous elections, I came out number 3. So of course now that there's no second person, I'm going to be like I'm going to go up. My numbers are going to go up. That was
no, but then it's like number 3. You only got 7%. Number 2 akwete take 7%. Eo wakata 7% ule yumfa. Like honestly, are we serious?
Hey.
Somebody need to tell Bakalaba papata. Bakalaba, somebody need to sit him down and let it go.
All of them.
They need to just make Baba sign a memorandum of understanding. Ukwebatinga tu poto bale fire. Baba sign a agreement. Let them make agreements. Ukwebatinga tu awina inen de fire fine. Ukuchi de fiesho banechita. Vaemeli Munishan. I'm quiet.
Now, the other problem which is there is politics of bitterness. When I don't like Queen Mpumi because Queen Mpumi belongs to the Mundubili, I start insulting. I become emotional. Why? And you cannot go to the convention to say no, where we are going, we should choose. All of us should choose one candidate. You can't do that. Each one should have his own choice. If I am for Makebi Zulu, no one should insult me. So people should just be free in terms of emotions. They shouldn't be so emotional. If you are not emotional, you can even say, okay, let us meet, guys. So can we have all the opposition? We just feature one person. Can we have elections? Who can be the topmost? Then they even make a memorandum of understanding so that they are able to move at one tandem. If they want these things to continue, let them expect to say, let us continue to suffer in 2020 after 2026. That is 2030.
Hello, even when when they make the alliances that they are making, when you are coming together, you are not coming together as a group of zeros. You come together with other leaders that have potential.
Numbers like yes.
Like look at the pact, Ababa Membe. That number that you are saying, he's a leader of an alliance. Your number, but more alliance, all over it, your number.
Imagine.
Nish, but they are with an alliance.
If you're not living, you guys are traditional, you are a panel, you are members and national boys who are landed up a particular
at Molusa. Oh, Kayaka Moy, Chekalu Sambo. Yeah. I know, let it go. She can in and out quarter party panopondi. I have a new era Democratic Party. Nganale Foyanganaria, Nganalisha, na poka na presidency and I'm on the ballot. But Nim Bonafe situation, I just can't. No. This is the time to team up.
Wali muleta chike kuli banani ababa prominent lawyer banani abati
Basangwa.
Johnson. Kukula ita introduce kubani. Always the year of election ngana ushati no ukateka. You shouldn't be introducing ngamafika pa bantu wambe kuita introduce.
Imagine. Like for me. Inena ishiwi kwa pona mo. I have people know me more in Zambia because I have been an advocate. You know?
Yeah. Oh my indeed.
Our party opposition, what they should do, they should have a meeting. Otherwise, in the meeting, but just strategize. Because already nika by election, presidential Kesamona, ballot paper.
Pata kulina anamu ishiva. Basamfia. Let's call a spade. Ba opposition vera posa ne shita na tuna shala neka political party bambita bakwata na abantu. Okay, let's be honest, but Dan Pule, does he have a following or does he have people? But Dan Pule.
It doesn't have, and those are the numbers that I'm talking about.
Yes, so but Dan Pule, ever the number one, ever balete chimfulunganyo kusa senda mundu vile. Mwamona?
Then they come together, both of them.
Okay, by Sean Tembo. Now today I'm going to be honest because we know what Iria Shinga pitire panani kali roto arapita. Lero tu repita porero, but Dan Pule Turande na uria wa nyonge chipani uria. Alikwata abantu even knows uria wa nyonge chipani uria wimina kuria chairperson uria wine uria an opposed exilda. Alikwata abantu.
Dali mutonse aba mundu bile.
Ali mutonse aba mundu bile bali musenda takwata abantu, ba Dan Pule tabakwata abantu. Bashon Tembo, I think Bashon Tembo bari fumamo. Nam opposition with a bunch of people who have no following. Are we serious, guys? Oh, once. Tuleva serious bena Zambia. Let's be. I am a politics here. Inga mle you are Dan Pule. Exude the mwenya. Okay, what's the exude the Facebook page here kwe? Uri exude the mwenya. Let us show us her Facebook page.
Political party.
Now I
like citizen first. I think the man is just trying to be pompous. He's so proud of himself. He can't admit to join.
I am a Mozambique no mama politics ya Lugwaro. Isabo ngana ukwato Lugwaro. Ulugwaro kakuvotela.
I am a by
political party.
They are working
prophesy papa. I am a papa. No, you'll be the next president. She didn't have a minute that I'll be the next president.
Nama papa bashakwatana masikiriti.
Wake up.
Mwana ulia papa kwisa sebanya na kuru uliati na kuru chana. What kind of Christians do you?
Despite this Kasama, they are very funny characters. I come from Kasama. I'm a typical person from Kasama. But they're very funny. If you see the voting pattern the way it was in 2021, Wapura did better with PF, not in Northern Province. And that's what Ochobale for certain people. I think we all know where it's leading to. They want him to get a stronghold for PF, especially in Northern Province. They are using him. That's why he didn't even campaign for that by-election.
Hello from there, I'm Kusumo Bungat, I'm the president. Are you serious?
And I'm a president.
You are a president of Tonso when you are losing election, Korea.
It didn't make makes sense.
Ah, bamundu bire.
Wacha political party ove wasenda at ECO.
Welcome, Don Oscar.
Ayama election ya Chichika, Chawama na Kasama. They are working like a litmus paper to the opposition. And if this trend continues,
Yeah, it's true.
the opposition shouldn't even talk about implementing any change through the ballot paper. They'll fail lamentably.
Wana mwishiba.
Because
Let me finish talking. My analysis is that don't expect Southern Province, Northwestern Province, Western Province to give such a slight difference in terms of the vote difference. I don't think so. Then they shall continue with that formula, whereby if they give the PF 2,000 HH, they will give him 120,000. Yeah. But if Northern, the stronghold for the opposition, Northern Muchinga, Luapula, including Eastern, if they can give a slight difference, including Lusaka, because Chawama is in Lusaka. And the Lusaka gives a slight difference, just count. They should even count themselves to say they are going to win. I don't think so.
yes, because even Professor Kasonso says, imagine kwafuma 1 million ku region imo already counted mu pockets. Ero imo nomba mure mupera ma 44, 50%, 60%. Do you think you can win?
Then I don't respect all by-elections that comes before the general election. They don't truly reflect what is happening. Normally in Zambia, that is the trend. I have never respected any by-election result that happens before the general election. They don't reflect the true outcome of the original general election. Normally the by-elections, they give the ruling party. But when it comes to the general, where they are now picking the topmost man, they go a different way. So whatever is happening in the by-elections, it's not talking louder and clear, no. Wait, when August comes, the presidential, which is very important for the Zambian people, it will give a different picture. But what is important? Go prepared. Make sure that you are not in a disarray. You are not, be united. Do not, if you are a hand pocket, just few, you are just...
Okay, Basamfia, ningufa message yo mulelanda. So, my question is to this panel here. To ala chitashan pantu na tumonat opposition kudi bambia aba kakatiro kuba pa baloti, but their presence on the ballot is just taken away from the victory of the opposition. So what are we going to do?
Queen Pumi, for most of those leaders, if you are like really wanting to change government for the good, you don't have to be president. There are
Exactly.
people that can take up different positions in government to help the people, to save
Exactly.
Some can be good justice minister or something. But Binwell can continue as an MP and he can be appointed minister of something.
And you know that they can make a memorandum of understanding all the presidents to say, since to asala iwe, tawakula panga decision without consulting all of us. You know,
Yes.
they can take away the power of the presidency by having that MOU. Iya kwebati, iwe you twakusala pie bati, you cannot make a decision without us. If you are going to any meeting internationally, you have to include us. You know, balendera pamo ko baleya konse not filefe twale mona. Bahaka indero babadi mo alliance na bena, by the way. Bahaka inde was in an alliance. If he was by himself, he wouldn't have pulled it off because the votes would have been split. Mamona in 2021. So Bahaka inde badi umfana naba nabo, but they didn't do a memorandum of understanding. So this time around, let them make a memorandum of understanding kwebati upresident ukawina akalaenda nabali abapalaba membe nabakalaba and all the people who have even one vote matters. So that even if the president is going to China to decide to discuss a business deal, all the presidents go with him. Not fila to amwene bakainde balenda bali ku New York na ka briefcase na bena njito. No, what is that? When he was in alliance to win that election, but immediately he went into power, Bagani one-man show. Eh? This is what has brought problems in this UPND government, because by HH have betrayed his friends, you know, whom supported him to come to power. So now let them make a MOU. Bakalaba is muikare panshi na party ikabomfya baba PF. Nangulika 1% karakene, it can win or lose an election. Thank you, Amen. Go ahead, Amen.
So since it's very difficult,
I don't know who can convince Bakalaba. Bakalaba is stubborn. That's what I can say.
Can't to care if you want to vote. If he's that stubborn, then let's tell people not to vote for him. So that's Bakadiama 0.
So
but now we're at 7 point something %, and that can change an election result.
So I think the best way to do it, Madam Pom, is that out of the opposition, let 3 or 4 unite. Those who have got at least people, the topmost 4.
Ni bakalaba na membe na ba UPPZ. Eba kwata abantu era baba consistent.
Fraction baba mundu bidya babere kutomsi.
Yes, so which party has got people?
Mundu bidya himself, he's got a few people that are following him.
But Mundubile, you know, people can follow Mundubile, but they might leave him because they are under PF. Because when people realize that Mundubile is not PF, I know, but in Delanda, Mundubile na kwata abantu. But once people realize that Mundubile is breaking away from PF, those people might dump him. This is what I'm saying.
Defended him. That was a criminal thing where he's going to Dose and they've defended him strongly.
But Okoko Tureya is going to be in black and white, where Mundubile will have to start their own political party or stand against the main PF.
There is no PF now. There's no PF.
I know there is no PF, but I mean that people, the PF, the people, not the PF Lugwalu.
They will split you in a PF and those people, you will tell me they will remain there
and then it will be confirmation that this is a UPN project. These people will leave Mundubile if they realize it.
Because they are trying. I think they have gone into an agreement whereby they want to get the strongholds. They are PF. They are opposition. That's why the Mundubile are in Fidia. By Baba Mumbipia to Pombo with him. So he's a very funny character. I fail to understand him.
But now I've never met na HH. Na ngukuntumina kufefona na phone yamba ya kwenshako.
Sababa kumanya, but HH uses people.
That is a blue lie. That is a blue lie.
Because even the 28 MPs that he voted for Bill 7, those were Mundubile's people.
Imagine. That is a lie,
Congratulations on being shy. If you are
but Yabama MPs, they are the worst MPs in the Zambian history.
The only one who has negotiated na UPND ni Mundubile. Bamusana nenga ndishaka bashitana. Inaliwe ni Mundubile ale ndapo JJ Banda.
Vatata. Vajeje banda vari mulevo indi.
History. Okay, the Kenyan Baba Pomulum permission to say this. I don't reckon. Let me again, number for Sunday, no wish on the Sunday. Hey, Sunday, the favor once no wish once to Sunday. Number one to one, be one of your jacket, wishing a wash the finch, one conga vinci was tongue. Gafi selang and fish. Enquiry. So, if we are if I number to the Sunday, number to the Sunday, the morning will find. Okay, so what is happening?
But Deborah Valanda, we are losing this election with our eyes open. Because of who?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They have sold the election. Now I see Chalo. Filipino what's the bill 70?
Chachi na soromba mwana nefa chirechitika foto and this is the point yo mwana nabo mwana sana ifwe as katolika lelo natwala petition. This is a breaking news. Natwala petition yakwe bati wewe banuncio ba apostolic nuncio kwe bati ngakwali amapange yakukata bishop banda ngawamwika ulusaka tamwaka wepo bishop ekoto Africa nomba ulusaka tamwaka wepo bishop until bando mwine ngaka wa prison banda wamtwala ku prison banda kwakelo akafuma mu prison ero akesa wela akabe akawa bishop mu prison nangu akabe free atu akasumine so na tu petition yakayena yakoba tu basaina abantu nabasaina so if wakatolika kwata intelligence yes laya le bomba watine filiati nichi earthquake muchibemba mweba bemba imo mulanda shani mu earthquake chira nikanishinda panchi chinkukuma thank you chimpanchi onfofe cha sunkanye chalo efotwa bakwati chinkukuma panchi murenda yakulanda sana pamuru kainga murenda ni abantu bala mwana wangu bala itekanya so chinkukuma chia panchi chaya tekanya no bomushiri ero chatenkanya omushiri no bomushiri ore fintu pamuru fyaonaika no mba efotwa papa no wati ni filiati shimo chitapano no apokele muikalafye omukashi nabe kalafye yo twalibomba yo ife twalibomba filafye sha so efo twaba enomba nafwe baba kwatasho mugende twakwatasho mugende alamwe abantu tutakukabantu atwatuka abantu tulanda fechi kafye twayarisha ko amkamfiro twarisha ko abana banshiro twarisha ko abantu abakwatesha bashipa mibiri ale wami owafi bashima mwe wali pa platform hapo wali mona bwaka indechire ale wami owafi bashima
nawe tatwa kunakuwafa
ifwe turawami abafi bashima balaba eminwe yali konkomana yali kutauka kwa bokubekata babaso bali abantu botuwamye ifwe twabapokelela twapera napakulala twapera napakusendama ebyo twaba ifwe etuyise ututukensele watutukana iyo mwaba chakuti ejo nomba mwayiba motoka mwayiba fe motoka yimwe mwayiba motoka ife twayiba motoka bantu firo uromule bati bishop banda nayiba motoka muletwe bati ife natwiba motoka bantu shikofu yesu mwe bantu bakwanisa alofo twaba ife nifwe bo twapere ndala mabala bantu tababomba tababa kwati ni Franki Bwaria nangu never simu mama kyapusa nangu ba mayo ba given kato ba reverend ni ba politician never simu ani reverend ni politician Franki Bwaria ni father ni politician fwebo fukeche twaba fwebo tubombera fyabantu nokwafurisha kwabantu no mushikuwonse na pano mpone tipano tulebombera kwabantu kwafurisha ukwawula nokupoka pona kobo yamulanda mwebe kobo yaine kobo nabula inshita twawula inshita iyo abantu ukoni nkwata ine meeting uko yabantu ukuthi meeting nafumako nachawa ikilinda ndiko nabantu yesu abakusambia hata wanomba bambo donosika nomba what is happening nata kulindirana nakwena nashikosa yesu mshanikosemera efyo twaba mu bantu bakwa mulungu so nomba ba politician and here I conclude what is happening in Zambia ashabelenga lero ashabelenga ebuku ashabelenga page but still 1045 pages bati shale pyo ashabelenga kufena what 100 pages ficha alali mwali befin so nomba ifire chitika kuzambia mwe bantu bakwalesa ponse apo mwe bali apa bonse. This is now 61 years of independence. Okay? 61 years of independence. Allah tapaka byomusunguka upero muchinji kabantu bati when they ask you a question musungu te talanda ebushafe question ati when did you become independent? Or to ask at 1964. So what? At 1964. Oh, 1964. So takweve. Talandati. But 1964 you became independent. But then, how come you are behaving the same way you are behaving today? After my age, if I was Engako pisha question. Ngawat to the hospital, nengala hospital. What's your name? How old are you? What do you think? And then for what in quarter cancer. Okay. My family mwen, pari wapa quarter for cancer. Nema question but you push. My family mwen, did anyone had a cancer in your family? Bro ask. You answer my question, I quite a meaning. They have meanings. And it's the same, like in politics. When they say, they ask us questions. Since when did you become independent? 1964, under Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. How many presidents 7th president. What have you achieved? But we are under shading, no? Yeah, 20 hours. Omusungu, arafiro understand. And he says, yeah.
Mushamulipo na load shedding Mozambique wa father.
Okay.
I think no uchoshita muri Mozambique from the manene. Twila post finished because chishi in load shedding to from Mozambique ya bamu no uchoshi. Kwa fintu fia. Kucha wama imagine ile mafidia. Kasama imagine ile mafidia. Uchushi tumfo kapela mkufi wakabati pa abantu bali Kongo ile ndalama. Kwamba ma business ya kuonfya malaiti ya pala wewe dingi finish baliwa abantu baliwa lero mulesa ngati yo ukasama 5,000 against 4,000 uchawa ngo almost slight difference.
No, na fiona if you have a voice number, if you have a voice bichitike kwa kukasama ngato ona if you kukasama abantu bakukasama mwabantu bakwalesa mwebapera mulano tubapera mulano inendeni bafichinga abantu bakukasama mwebapera mulano ebichitire kukasama nifyo mwita imwata ma politics ati these are politics because the so-called Zambian politics they are so filthy yalilamba muchisungu ati yalilamba filthy yalilamba muchibe mbatwalalanda ati amapolitisi ya Muzambia yali bayamuselo. Why? Because umuntu kuti abeeko obufi bekalafie ekwalefu mwinga muchita ekuli nomba kuno kuulaya umuntu nga abeeko obufi bane mwebali apa pa platform wonseke mwebali apa umuntu sekufi challenge ina I like to be challenged kunofo kwaba nga waeba abantu ati nga mwanista vote for me nga mikulira hospital ine hospital nga nchikulire kwisantantula mapo noti ati bali mpata but bantantula pantuna bebiri ati nga mwanu ine nga mwavotela nga mikulire chipatala ine nga nchikulire chipatala nikaofela Urumendo, kabiye. Noti ati yo, bantu mwali mpata. Yo mwali mpata. Tapa aba kupata. Ni ma promises yo wapanga. O wapanga kubantu kwe batao. Mabantu wakwale sanga ine ifindi mambwefi. Ukalai kalafi. Muzambia tinga mwankulila. Efi alande bakainde chile. President akaite nchimba. I am a sure you answer. I remember, and I quote, put us in office. After 5 years, you will see infrastructure and development which you have never seen since independence. I challenge all of you. If I'm telling lies, I'm challenging all of you. These are the words of President Akandeche. Give us power. After 5 years, you will see a development that you have never seen in the history of Zambian politics. So now, this is 5 years. Where is the infrastructure? Where is the development? Nowhere to be found. So the question is, what should the Zambian people do in front of a person who told them that after 5 years I will change the face of the Republic of Zambia? When we say you, the opposition, come together. Just make an alternative. When we say make an alternative, we don't hate an individual. No one hates an individual. What we're saying is, come together and make an alternative. watsala twaliesha va ACO nomba pakanshi vichinja va UPND vichinja va president yakaende chilema because nga twachinja yo tuvalekefye vale kalafye 2090 20 shingoko mwebe nomulani. No. We are all supposed to be accountable for our promises. This is it. We are not going to be saying, bantu fofomena Africa, insto yesu, ekulanda fyukwashika fifuma red carpet when white people comes to our companies, or to our offices, or to our presidential places. Mark, red carpet, mwanshika. We have received people from Japan. We have received people from the United States. We have received people from the European Union. For what? For what achievement? Nakudi. We don't want to go a better red carpet. Here I come from Africa. I have my own qualifications. No one has ever lined a red carpet for me in Europe so that I can walk on. No one. Mwaranja wanombati. Well, where's wrong now? What's crazy in this situation? Not no more flungana. Gachako bati. Mwaranja bati, okay. Wakachi wakombo. Where kuno. Mwese tusabukuwame kuno. Tuambia kuwamba. Where red carpet tamwanje shikira kunja chikira mwanshikira wa Xi Jinping mwanshikira wa shingoku from China mwanshikira wa shingoku from Japan mwanshikira wa shingoku from Russia mwanshikira uwa landu wa Zambia uyu mukashane fondandiro uyu mukashana kumuro stondeko wako America alikwata na businesses na Muzambia nempiara tumana kuzambia afisha na abalanda kuzambia ni banani abamwanshikire po red carpet Muzambia ni bane? If not, but why chinshi tuhakanina abantu bakwanisi. Look at this mentality. They want to be kafike mumutwe ukweba fyati if I try to fiat, my boss was Bill Gates, my boss was Dangote. My Dangote is the richest person in Nigeria. Hotel, what told them about what told them. This to our pera, a penny, Amaland, sit to be Amaland, to a pay Amaland, to yo, Tony Blair, I told Tony Blair on Beba State House, what told. Tony Blair, when I told that, Tony Blair, I told Blair, and I have UK. Nobody enough for Zambia is a Kuba Sungu. Enough for Zambia, Bombana Sungu, Bombana Sungu, Nistamre Totela. Change Tamre Tote, now the Pera question. Enough for Zambia. That's the Mukuma Sungu. Abasungu ebampe ebentibikirira obwali noti obwali ifyakulya tuti ebantibikirira ebampekanishisa ebangunsitakalini munganda omondala murumu omondala munganda ebawamye basungu nisitamulefayo kuntotela nani bushapa imwapa chisitamufayo kuntotela nampela nokumela tingi kwetesha kulala they push off chinisho tete muntotela ino bantu abasungu ewawamye abondala ifyakufala umfwala efyonsuku ewawamye abasungu chinisho tete muntotela chishi mutotela you gets Tony Blair nani kani kuchichimpi abo mutotela kibonze nempiya nabakapukala mwatantama n'amasoja mwatantama nemfuti balisha pum baisa bachitipi inengala isa takuli nangumo akuntika mulandu nchi nani pusha nani pusha mulandu nchi ni bani batulowa Thank you very much.
Important question. Kutu wafura nefia kulanda. But, you know, katwishi chaloko chile ya mwandini. Ile, if you finish twisa pano, tulelanda, ababalanda, it's like, you connect the dots, you know. Some of the things that are puzzles in our head, as we come here, we answer our own questions. Because now, fakuli ba spicy balande fi, ba emeri balanda, fa donoska balande fi, ba sampe balande fi, and we connect the dot. And one dot which I've connected up a penny, 2 dots. And this is me, you know, and we have all independent. We have a right to free conscience and think things and speak how we. Some of us are public speakers, so we don't shy away from speaking our opinion. And, you know, and I've seen people, you know, saying things like, I think I know it all. No, I don't think I know it all. I am just not shy to speak my opinion. And I've been like this since I was a small girl. Looking back, because my mom, I remember getting slaps from my mother as a 5-year-old for always speaking my mind. So I laugh. I was laughing with my so my sister sometimes she called me, it's like, what president Muributi? I'm like, I don't know. I remember my mama who always slapped me for always asking. I never shied away. So it's not that I know it all, but it's just a personality type. You know, my personality is a type of a person who will speak their mind. Even as a little girl, I'm over 50, but I remember my mother slapping me for asking. So I was just like, okay, how are we going to learn how to do it if you don't want us to see what you're doing, you know? I remember that as a young girl asking my mom. So I think we need to understand each other, that we have different personality types. Some people don't shy away from asking or speaking their mind. So it's not that I know it all. No, I don't. I am just that kind of a person who just speaks their mind. And I've been like this, you know. I look back, I'm like, okay, I guess if you're never. So one of the dots which I've connected here is this Bill 7 thing. You know, we have been talking and some things were said that, you know, these people, they voted for Amundu, they voted for Bill 7, and then these same MPs, they voted for Bill 7, and then they endorsed Amundu and for presidency. So now I've answered my own question. Because one lady said in a Facebook, some lady just said that our country is being taken to the Rhodesia. So, and you know what they are using to take our country is the MPs. But MPs, for the Bill 7, those are the enemies of Zambia. This is my opinion, I can say it. I'm connecting all the dots. You know, because that Bill 7 was a pivotal moment where Parliament was supposed to oppose the government for that wrong Bill 7. But instead of our Parliament, it was split. Some of the people, they just worked out the numbers. Okay, some of you stay home. If the quorum will be formed. You know what I mean? So, so me now, I think my enemy or the enemy of the Zambian in enabling Wahakainde to pass Bill 7 and again enabling Wahakainde to have a victory, according to my opinion, I think my MPs variabeni. Because Bali signed a Bill 7, Baweba Pidi Bukanomba, by such time endorsed by Mundubile for presidency. Now that Mundubile has branched off, they have followed him. So our enemies near my MPs yaba. Ema enemy ba Zambia ba omenia kapina ba UPND government to capture Zambia so that they can have the delimitation, their whatever, their constituencies will be delimited, or maybe they are going to have yama position appoint abantu. They have been promised to be appointed once once the next government is formed. So these people, they have been guaranteed jobs either by being in parliament through delimitation or being nominated as a nominated member of parliament. These are the enemies of Zambia. Inenomba na isanga answer. Because Bamundu bile, for me, I was on the fence na Bamundu bile from the get-go. But you know what? When I sat down and I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? Bill 7 if you capita, this when I will know whether Bamundu bile is really what he is a genuine leader or he's compromised and trying to play both ways of the game. Often I don't talk kanyine. Na le mwana fati Bamundu bile Bill 7 ingayapita elonkeshi ba gembaletea. Because you can't have your MPs, you are a leader of opposition in parliament, your MP signed for Bill 7, it didn't matter whether Mundu went or not because the quorum was already formed. They had already agreed. You know, there were some people like were given Katuta, she was in USA. And when she came back, she was sick. It didn't matter whether the given Katuta was in parliament or not because the quorum was already formed. You know, so we are in and this is the worst evil parliament.
Just a question on that one. Do you think those appointed MPs who voted for Bill 7 from the opposition, from the PF, do you think they are still following Brandon?
Yes, they actually had a press conference to support his candidature, his presidency.
No, after the voting, do you think because before the voting, yes, I saw that, but now after the voting, after Bill 7 qualified, now after that and after the complaints from the Zambian people,
they have not come to condemn Mundu Vile. So they are still together. Because because if they do not agree with Bamundu Wile, they should have had a press conference to condemn him. But they are not.
And Brian Mundu Wile has not fired them from his party.
Then Cornelius Mwetwa Ishire Isati, you cannot fire them from PF. When the PF
No, now I understand Brian Mundu Wile is not PF. What according to what we are seeing ourselves, we hear now that he's not PF because PF was amended with the
Baluwinda, yes.
Yes, Nakachinda. That is PF. Now Brian Mundu Wile says he goes on his own. Now my fundamental question is this. The suspected members of parliament who voted for Bill 7, are they still with Brian Mundu Wile? And if yes,
I think so because
he fired them from his new party.
No,
Has he
look,
fired them from his
can I say something?
Go ahead.
If you think about it, which leader from the PF Central Committee is supporting him? Brian Mundu Wile. Who is giving him confidence if not the MPs?
No, but the MPs are not in the Central Committee, some of them, right? They are not.
But he needs support from at least some leaders within the party.
Like
He doesn't
today,
have the
we
support within the Central
saw.
Committee, but he needs support. So now, those same MPs from the beginning, they are the ones he's been banking on. And even his move, I'm sure this confidence is coming from the fact that he has some base somewhere. Because he can't just move to Danpole to do what?
No, but Bamundu Wile has been popular already, you know. He has been popular already before this. That's one thing we have to
But he was
acknowledge.
endorsed by over 20 people.
Yes, and those who did not say, since Mundube, now this thing we should ask the MPs, what is your stand? Since Mundube has ditched PF, MPs, what is your stand? I think this is a question we need to ask the MPs.
Yeah, that's a wise question. That's what I'm saying. That's where my dear sister, Spicy, you came in. My question was this: if the purported ministers who voted for Bill 7 against what they promised the Zambian people, because before the voting day, they said they were not going to vote for Bill 7. Then there came Bill 7. We understood that about 28 of them, maybe 28, they voted for Bill 7. So the question remains, those who voted for Bill 7, are they still with Brian Mondubile, or has Brian Mondubile fired them after he has understood that they went against what they promised the Zambian people?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know whether it's so complicated, sorry.
He said he cannot comment, it's their choice. Remember what Brian Mundubile commented on that when he asked him to say, what is your comment on these MPs who voted for Bill 7? Well, it's and that I can't comment. It's their own decision. So I think at the center, now, apatulela, that's why discussions are important. Because as you speak, you kind of like open a Pandora's box. And now the Pandora's box at the center of all this is those MPs who betrayed Zambians. I think, because you know, it started a long time ago. Remember the chair the live that chair did. If you saw that live that chair did, and what she said about these MPs, they have been rogued from a long time ago. They have been rogued by ECL. I've even heard things like MPs were supposed to contribute a certain amount to the PF, but to the legal PF, these MPs. So there is a lot. So nangu wale Afrika balubinda mala yambushi, balubinda kind of inherited an already broken PF. If you watch it, Chair, I have that video on my page and it's also on my YouTube page. Ngatamwa itambile ya video live ya Chair exposing wa Mundubile. Watch it. There is a lot of information there that you can understand what is happening in PF. And it started a long time ago, before even ECL died. Because these are the people who failed to stand for ECL. Until ECL had to go, be humiliated like he was not a president, like he doesn't have PF MPs sitting in that parliament, the way ECL was humiliated. These MPs did not stand for ECL. Me, I've even stood more for the ECL family than all these PF MPs combined. I can challenge them that. They have failed to speak to the power, to the defense of Madam Esther Lungu, to give her the right to bury her husband. They are quiet. So I think the enemy of Zambia, niyababe nama MPs who have nabo manaka pinaba UPND to hijack ichalo, to hijack democratic process. Because if MPs are with the ruling party, then we have no democracy. Because these are the people who are supposed to guard the democracy in that parliament. But all the problems that are happening in Zambia is because ama opposition MPs bali umanaka pi na ruling party. So in other words, we are in a one-party state because these elected MPs have failed to do their job in parliament instead bali katana na ruling party, so it's a one party state. So what they are doing, that Bill 7 number is just to legalize the one party state. Because in reality, they are all in agreement in Pia Badilia. Bali to dribbling as Zambians. So these MPs, Bali Umanaka Pinaba Naba HH, no kuma no tupi, no could dribble Zambia out of our democracy through these MPs. I submit. Because sometimes it's important to know ngana ukwata problem, you know the root cause. Because it's like to let Tana Peta to Ishibe to Ayoko opposition unite. Actually the enemy is not the opposition, it is these MPs who have dribbled us. Bali tupoka democracy yes. Mu parliament munyomo bafiro kuchita defend democracy. They have made Zambia into a one party state, these MPs. And
my MPs, my wanna go leader of opposition.
Very paya democracy, mu parliament na problem. That's why na opposition teti wombe. Because there is no leader of opposition.
He has endorsed the incumbent.
Yeah.
What is that?
The leader of opposition is working with the ruling party. So that's why if you're saying that
it's like you are saying, what you're saying about Pomoro is what I was thinking. It's like the politicians, they have sat together, they have discussed, and they have said, let's just cool down the Zambian people. We as politicians, let's enjoy the resources. I think that's what you're saying. So they have sat down. They've sat down and they've said, you guys, you are a politician. You might be PF. Come here. Yeah, that's you come here. Let's work together. The Zambian people, they are there. They have moved the Zambian people on the other side. Forget about them. So now, you, opposition, independent, guys, come together. Let's come here. Let's eat the cake alone. If
this is not crooked, I don't know.
it's true.
If this is not evil, I don't know.
Campaign. Now, 50 kwacha. Ya chibuko. 20 kwacha. Ya tobo mutwe.
Did you hear Kuyakumbi Bachila Bafole Shama Aokao? Kukasamo Queen, he was just buying the people Aokao.
So number, money number, friend. Our politician, dirty but peshe. Bapumulo,
dirty power to the people. Coming down to Besuka, not twice sketch Palakasapa. We know the game they are playing now.
We don't even care who is going to be the president next year. Nga politician in a waka who solve a situation. To allow solve a fake of a one. And the way we are going to solve it is this. Again to me, to allow solve a solve. Baba Pumuru Maritiapo Karaka game at red, black, yellow, shiny.
I can't read. Naletina. Vale so katinga bantu market not we paka red naka black, so I never.
So today paka red naka black. So our politician in Gavavika Karedia, Toravika Black. Gavasa Vika Kambia Park, but we pay to allow Vika Blakia. Tien to block, to allow block. Tawa to take him fine. Tawa to take him fine. Moribano, ba politician, Moribano, no sana. To allow Mafina Valanda, to allow Manavalanda, Avalanda today, Manave. Ba politician, Tawa to take him fine. So to apply Saka black nakare. wakulabika mwabikakareti minister okushingoko mwabikati mwetwa twalabika pati twalabika ti pumulo situmbe kwa pakati mwabika mwetwa apa pumulo situmbe mwaisabika pati reverend yakainde chirema ifo twasabika pati bapo
ni chess twalamba vyokuteya chess because these people ni chess I think ni chess twalamba okuteya these people
politicians were Pumulo, about 2,000 politicians. 2,000 politicians. I mean, in Zambia, we are 22 million.
Not 2,000 bafura. Bafura, bachepa, babakupendera, maybe less than 100, less than 50. Like, I mean, bafuma nampo, daba.
Inspector of police,
but you know, these are not the king players, the king makers. The king makers, ma MPs. These are the key players, is the MPs. Ever ipaya democracy is Zambia. Clean up.
That's why Bambide just Logana new.
And clean up.
But our problem we are opposition MPs. Yes. The opposition MPs na Pali Bill 7 is where all the root problem. But they 3 million. They are part of the plot to cling to power.
Yes. So clean up. Clean up. Yakula Fiat. Kufwa irikisha. Northern province, solo kwa my elections, kasama. 10 to pende. Aba shere kuliyama MPs ni banga. Aba shere, aba votwiki, aba ile mukuvota. Bashama ama voting kukulia kasama. Waya kuma politiko
muko suba na obunga.
Nibanga. So clean up. Gamamona pa ballot paper wapumulo. Foika. Gatwamusanga pa ballot paper tukeba abantu abakukasama kuise province abakukompa pete abakuwanisha tukalandaji. Uyo ali yakale pension. Iyo bapokaija twalaita pension.
Actually, take pension is more than pension money. Nimpia shama farmers. This is the reason why the farmers were delayed to get paid. Because why wule mpia shabiu isha ma farmers buying isha mbiu 7 ukufole shama ma MPs. Fertilizer yonse abantu bali akala mutu bafu. They are supposed to be charging tax ya mama ini. Ya mama ini ya filo kulipila tax. Bafunisha kumaini oba pela tax holiday. It's still the same money, guys. It's still Zambian money.
Bapumulo bayipisha kweshene nani kani ati. Basali bayipisha kweshene ati. Bakampamba, I think in what minister.
But Lillian actually had to kana. The one fighting with Lillian.
Baranda to Bakampamba. Now it's the join the number. Bakampamba, Bachelanda to Bala Lakana campaign manager of Mundubide. Bananikani. Madame. So nomba ini apa mau mfurunganya ini nishati mau mfurunga natemwa kone fintu konko fufile konka kwino nomba njafwe nisheni komwalanda ti bakampamba bajoina bamundu ukuba campaign manager walanda ti bakampamba wisa kuno nomba
everybody wanted a bill 7
efore furunga nyevi Good furunga inokuno.
So Mamana confusion equitable Mundu has brought in a lot of confusion. That's intentional. That's the way he's operating. So Filia Jones if you buy Imbuidia unveiled to ECL. I hear he unveiled a lot of things about the BM. So shut up Okufuma number. Shut up Okufuma one by one. Jones of about ECL if shut up Okuchitika. So I don't know what Munduiroko Valley and Gabachile Kafi has done a lot of mess to PF. Gabachile Kafi. Gabachile Kafi is the hero. I can't go PF with the structures because the Bakwet structures and Mundu. So if you've got a political party which doesn't have structures, then you don't have anything. But if you make it's a one-man show. So just as well, you should just stop. But feel like if politics, is operating, it's not okay.
No, but you know, if you make it
vice president, if you have an issue for the ruling party.
No, but you know they have signed a memorandum of understanding. That's why he just can't stop because they have obviously there is an agreement. Like those people about Pokama 3 million, the part of the agreement is to deliver a victory for HH in August. This is my opinion.
I understand if you because no movement in Donse it doesn't have a political party. So he's gone as ECO movement. For me, it doesn't make sense.
No. You know, Spicy is trying to pull people.
Spicy, just to help you here. There is nothing like ECO movement. It does not exist. ECO movement, if at all, there was a movement called ECO. The president of ECO movement was going to be Makepi Zulu.
Makepi Zulu, that's right.
If at all, there was a movement for ECO, the person who was going to be the president was Makepi Zulu.
That's what KBF said. KBF
Yes, because Makepi Zulu, that young man, Makepi Zulu, needs a mentor. Manfred, anyone, the government, ECO for more than 7 months, more free.
Ngabali mumaji wagon.
No one is going to tell the story. We will defend the story of that young man. No, Makepi Zulu, given Lubinda, na Kachinda, Umfrena machine. Then you are going. Number 1, Makepi Zulu. Faithful. Monapo Muntu about faithful, what's not white. Silent. But what I see of Kotuyo, Kurepitenemboa. But the shadow, Uyo might. The button for it. If it's silent, I don't know. Now, South Africa, we know what's a result. Where are you? Once to South Africa. I ain't getting our ECO. I ain't getting our South Africa. Now, we don't know white.
It was like a son. Now it's like where we shit it. It was almost like a father son.
Yes. So, Zambia, Tamuri price is there is no anyone who have a price to give that young man for what he has done. Nangu babe bati malukula. Nae kalafi. Asuka no kwasuka. Ukuwebo omuntu who is still protect. And to invest. Okay, you guys, listen about this thing. By Attorney General, Balanda T, they want to give a dignified burial to ECL because they loved ECL.
What kind of love na
Attorney General comes in. We, the Republic of Zambia, the government of the UPND, we want to give a dignified burial to our former president, ECL.
After 8 months, after Bachilanda Yali. Bakabesha after 8 months.
Black. Do you know why we work? Europe black glasses. Like any pedagogical secret. And Apomuro is a nyamenzo. It's a nyamenzo Apomuro. Some of Bakuno are not for black glasses. At Waku beach. Beaching on my beach by my never fall
To bikini.
Now, Fuala Dueza, Mueve no Fuala Dueza, she, the beach, and Fuala. So, no, Papa Tinson, she quaco. Ah, the water if you're black. I think up a man. I think up a man's. Papa Bat, now, little rich, I could have a racing yacht your call, little rich.
We got you, we got you, we got you.
So, no, Baba Attorney General, when our father, if you're black, Nechungulo. So you, now, father, if you're black, you don't have to guys, nobody should find if you're black, fish, whatever, officer.
So we can't read his eyes, yeah? Kairi body language.
If you're black, now nobody is for if you're black, Bakavish. Whatever, Shamkavish. Chish for the must be a grass blacky.
We are.
So no, we want to give a dignified burial to our former president. No, Bakabesha, you never respected that man, President Akandechilema. You never respected that man. So
now, when you eat before elections, go and deliver.
Yes. So we say no, and we say to Madam Esther Lungu, keep power, Madam Esther Lungu, keep power. We want to embarrass them. These people, they have embarrassed you for how many? For about 7 months.
8 months, Kwana. So they're only pathetic. 8 months, Yara Kwana. They're only pathetic.
So, Esther Lungu, keep strong, my dear mother. Keep strong. You are the former first lady. No one is going to take away from yourself that title. You were the former first lady for about 5 plus 2.5 years. How much is we are talking about? 7 years were Esther Lungu. I was a president for 5 years. Even one, you were Esther Lungu, first lady for 7 years, mommy. Keep strong. Keep strong. God is going to shame evil people. If evil people are there, we are just warning them. God is going to shame them. He will shame them. So bane ifyakutulepo obufi bakabesha obufite mwana
Bakabesha bena bali kwata obufi bakabesha. He puts a smile when he's talking about the ethical.
Kasmao kanaka akakona nikane Fox. Fox. Mwalishweka Fox ngeleze.
Oh yeah.
Before Taira Kusuma. Yeah.
So wakana na kaluseku kanaka kwa Fox luseko. Fox luseko wakana.
The body language gives him away.
Yes.
The body language gives him away.
Instructions.
I'm sure Kuchitiro he can be the happiest, that man. The way he looks.
Fox luseko takuli. Tabake seko ba Madam Esther tabake seko. Esther na Tasira lungu. Bali mupoka. Ukupoko mwana wanshiwa ichipani. Nenso nitawa kwata.
Mwamupoko mupando akwati ati. Okay, actually after mwamupoko mupando.
Mwapoko mwana wanshiwa ichipani kuna nikuchawama. Mwali mupoke ichipani.
Umupando.
Nomba wamupoke ichipani. Umwana wabene taisa nokuisa. Nokulanda tarandapo. Nokwasuka akano tasukapo. Mwamfosha. Na papa once more in my platform. Na message already once ya. Mwamfosha.
Ero wamupoke chipani tala ndapo ero nomba chiyo tulefa tushike bawe so before the elections. Mwaliwa serious, okay?
Muleva pepera kubashi for a government.
Like today was serious.
Muleva ikakwama people.
You do after mwapoko tasira mwamupoke umupando.
Oh my,
because if they wanted to reconcile, then that was a bad move. Why take the seats?
Imagine
a month later you start talking about
ati yo oche tushike bawe so. That's why I want to worry to kana ba given katuta mwamona. That tape ya pangire ba honorable katuta bambo kulachita blame ba PF.
It was inconsiderate.
Yes, alo bamu bikamona tasira. Munevika tasira alelo shaba wishi. She's nursing, she's still mourning her dad, and then she has to get over the grabbing of her seat, evil act of grabbing of her seat. She lost her seat. Elo from there, mwambo kula mubika mufia wati ataba abalenga tushike te like okay. You know what? You can't even apologize to Tasira and tell Tasira that the HH is not the reason your dad is not buried, because the HH and the A, they just grabbed her seat. So how do you take them out of the equation when mupokele chipuna?
We thank God, we thank Mausampa, we thank Wachimba Kambuidi, we thank Wagiven Luinda, we thank the people of Chawama. Abantu bakuchawama balikana, uyumusebanya, tibauli balikana, uyumupamba, ero kalinga yali lishamo lya kuchawama, ngali balishamo. Teti mupoki omwana wanshiwa mwampoka echipuna. Teti. Unamufayo. Teti.
So, mama nafia chitike bafaka. Ulewa imenine.
Nakana. Teti.
Bala, mama bafaka fefia chitike kuja kuchawama. That first person they appointed, was it Timothy? And then Baba dropped within 24 hours. And then they brought in Morgan. Morgan is a total confused person. Very confused person. Nobody for him to Akuchawama. Ngaile chita represent shani wa Chawama mu parliament. Very confused.
That he was not a strong guy who they gathered by UPND.
Babu Fifi.
Bas calls landeni ko bali quiet. Landeni ko bas calls tamulandireko. Okay.
I want to criticize Banana given that over those sentiments for whatever video that she made or pertaining the issues to do with the PF and the citing PF with the cause that's why he said that Ashika because of Amarita their PF. That was very insensitive.
That was very insensitive. How does she come out like that as if she hasn't been around and she's an MP, she knows what has been
Imagine. Otherwise, I never mbika mnachukua never au mwandina papata. By giving.
That you are one of the people that the causes of Lungu no Kubashik. But being a reverend, it doesn't augur well. What kind of a flock are you leading?
Yeah.
And she was too emotional when Curtis and you put her out over the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
She couldn't even come out and argue or debate so very well. At that level, I expected the emotional intelligence, right, to be handled.
The problem are given and Katuta Bali Kakatisha. Bali Kakatisha Bagavakash. Bukaka walikuwa at the limit, but she's just beyond the Bukaka.
And the husband was busy with the Munduila account. You know what?
He's the spokesperson, eh?
He is the spokesperson of Munduila.
Already, there's an agenda that they're driving now.
Okay.
They destabilize the original PM. This is why they are bringing all these things. That's my analysis. My take was then she came out with that video, criticized the PF, and cited that the leaders of PF were so selfish, and the husband was somewhere else with that faction.
Is the Tons Alliance?
Yes, Tons Alliance promoting their group, so that they impact the other PF. They bring confusion in the party.
So nishinabo baleria kulia nabo tikudia area landa difficult atikudia bonse party.
Too much.
But usala poverty behind.
You know, it's just lack of, you know, I don't think it's poverty, it's lack of patriotism.
Wakumuru, just a minute. Poverty, mommy, poverty is not that evil. Okay, let's not abuse the poor people. You know, on this matter, even here, we have discussions and we fight. When Europe, as always, when they look at me, the first thing that they say is, they ask me a question, where do you come from Africa? Then they say, you come from a country where people, they don't eat anything. They die because of anger. Because this is what is the narrative. Let me tell you, please, let me speak to you. The challenges we face here. I'm leading a community of about 3,000 to 4,000 white people. White people, 4,000. So, you know, among this 4,000, it means you have judges, members of parliament, you have councillors, you have entrepreneurs, you have businessmen. Then they say, who is our parish priest? He says, he's a guy who comes from Zambia. Where is Zambia? They ask a question, where is it? In Africa. From Africa. Yes. So now, you people, you don't understand. The challenges we go through, just because I'm a black person, I'm a black person. I'm not going to make any paper. You can see me. I don't put any color on my face so that the white people, they can confound me because I look like I'm a white. I'm just natural. I'm black. The way you look at me, that's what I am. So they'll come to me and they say, but he's a black man. I say, yes, he's a black man. But don't we have anyone who is a white man, who is a white, who can guide us? Why do we give authority to a black man to come in Europe and guide us as white people? I'm telling you this because these are my challenges here. And today, you are the first group I'm explaining these things to you. You are the first one. These are my challenges. They challenge me because of the color. This color. Some of them, they will come and say, who is the parish priest here? Then they ask, they say, he's a black person. Then some of the white people, they run away from here because the one who has a spiritual responsibility is a black person.
What's that, huh?
Yes. I'm telling you, this is the truth. You have never understood. When I look at the way we parade the white people at State House, you guys, it's painful. The way our presidents, our members of parliament, you people, you parade the white people at State House. And me, where I come here, no one parades a red carpet at State House here in Italy. No one. You know the reason why? No, this guy is a black person. And you, in Zambia, you clap. You clap. It's painful. It's painful to
Exposure. Radio show. We need to be exposed. Even our government, this why they come every time. The president met a group from Italy. For what? The president met these people from Saudi Arabia.
You call the soldiers, parading vehicles, paramilitary.
But president, you also kupokelera abantu bakufyalo fimbi.
That white guy might be even a mafia guy. You parade for them.
Yes, they are. The president was meeting a group of investors, but I've never seen the president meet a group of marketeers Mudiamu State House.
Nothing.
Why can the president invite marketeers mu State House Mudia and talk to them? No. When the doctors complain here, I'm doctors. People were saving lives, the doctors, when they demand to be hired, nobody forced you to volunteer.
So now I'm trying to help, and I say, this is not what happens here. Let me tell you what happens. Then you etiquette me to be an enemy of a state. You understand? No. Wapombo is embarrassing us. Say, then you find someone to insult Wapombo. Can someone insult Wapombo? Just insult him. No. You can't do that. But why are you doing it? Why? What we say is to give you. When there was a trouble, when the problem of Kariba Dam in Zambia, when they're saying because we don't have enough water in Kariba Dam, I took a video. I was saying, if this small dam can produce electricity for 24 hours, we have a big dam, one of the largest dams in Africa, Kariba Dam, and it does not produce electricity. I will ask you a question, all you technocrats. What's the problem? Where is the problem? Everyone said, okay, no. I'm not talking. I'm showing you. I showed them. This is the video. Look at this. Look at the openings. Look at the level of the water. 24 hours water production. So, where is the problem? Where is the problem? I refused to say we don't have water and people are being exposed to 20 hours of load shedding because the levels of the water in Kariba Dam was very low. That's what they said. It was very low. I took them to a small river here. Look at this fucking small river. The water is small. How come they have 24 hours electricity? Can you tell me? I went to this because the technician in that generation of electricity, they are my parishioners. They are mine. They are my parishioners. So I said, okay, can you tell me? Explain to me, what do you do? So they said, no, it's very simple. This is the lake here. It's the lake. You just have to go the shallow, you dig down. The flow of the water is on top. Water is on top. You dig down. The flow of the water. Where the flow flows down. That's where you now generate electricity. Because electricity, to put it up, it doesn't cost anything. So the level of the water in a lake is slower. Okay, this is the lake. This is the lake. The water is slower. It's lower here. So where you go and generate the electricity, it has to go lower than this level. So you dig down. They have dug down a shallowing so that the water can run faster. Because to generate electricity, you need pressure. So the water runs faster, generates electricity down there, and the electricity from here down is pumped up to go and generate electricity up the glaciers. Very simple. I went there to study. How do you do it? You have a very small lake. Then they said, that's where the technology comes in. Technology. What happened in our country? Zambia, we don't have crisis of water. We don't have crisis of electricity. We have politicians who are greedy.
That's very true.
We have only politicians who just want to enrich themselves.
External accounts. Okay, I saw a video which said our president is the richest man in Zambia right now. Our president is the richest man in Zambia. So now, you are the richest man in Zambia where the people are so poor. Honestly,
He can be a richest man because who is receiving the taxation from Zambia? Because
he's worth like $500 million. He's the richest man in Zambia. And then on the top 10 richest people, I think Wamilupi, Navena, like 2 or 3 people in government are the richest people in Zambia right now. I wish they can invest their money in Zambia because ukukuma offshore account batwala. The money stays there ngabafwa. That is the problem of taking impia kuma offshore. Why don't they invest the money in Zambia? Build industries, factories, build dams. I was lucky last year I was in Germany for a couple of months, and every time we took time to tour, and we were staying in a little town. A little town had a river. Europe, every town, almost every city in the world there is a river. So in the middle of town there is a dam on the river, but they have a small power plant. So it's as simple as that. Any river, just build a dam and generate enough power. That is one source of power. But other forms of, Germany is advanced. They have that hydropower. Then there was another building there. They were making another form of power. Monipa mute. You are on mute.
So because German also wind generators.
Yes, if it are, we have that in California too, FEMA wind generators, but quite when I be another source of power.
But German, because they have an atomic bomb, so they have also how do you call this?
Nuclear.
Nuclear. German has nuclear power. German supplies. Why do I say Germany supplies nuclear power? Because it supplies electricity to the Italians. Italy has a decision. They have decided not to have a nuclear power because the Italian government, they say we want our people to be healthy. They reckon having a nuclear power needs a lot of security and safety and things like that. So radiation stuff. So the Italians, they have declared in their parliament, in their constitution, Italy will never have a nuclear power. So what the Italians do, they import electricity from France and from Germany. But France have a nuclear power. Germany has a nuclear power. So these two giants in Europe, they have no problem with what it costs. And that is why Germany and France, they need uranium from Africa.
Yes.
So
people are preparing for the party. When we were in China, quality building icho. Kumona finga ole pita pufima machine file vuvuma. I'm like, so that what happens in there? And it's a form of a nuclear energy. It's a form of a power plant. But kwena, Zambia fwe bakwata menshina solar fyo kuti tuwabika fya solar panel every dam. Fya Zambezi ya shingurukanga kwa liba kwambia fya Zambezi district kulia every kumongu mwabika power plant kulia. Mongu should have a power plant by the Zambezi River. Kaili ya pita Mongu. Mongu is a big city. Okay, Livingstone, they have done it. Livingstone, they have that power plant. But in Mongu also, there should be a power plant. And then also in Zambezi, they must have another power plant on the Zambezi River. So in Zambia, I think we only have 2 power plants on the Zambezi, the Kariba and also Livingstone. But we should have a power plant like in Mongu, Pafile power plant on the Zambezi, also on the Zambezi town itself.
But what about Luapula, Mami? Look at the waters there.
Luapula River. Takwa power plant, Luapula.
Takwa power plant. Wow. With all the waters there.
What about Northern? There is no power plant?
No.
There's only Chishimba Falls.
But there is no power plant in Northern.
No, a smaller one.
What do you mean? Enough water, Mami. Enough water.
I know Kafiwe Gorge. My mom lived in Kafiwe Gorge, so I actually toured that power plant here, Kafiwe Gorge, when they were refurbishing it. I went down. Oh my God, it's so scary. But the technology in that power station, and that's a long time ago. So why can't we replicate all these technologies in all these small towns in Zambia? Eh?
There was another project which they did in there. Just to expand on the power generation, which they did.
Kafiwe River, kuliyoko yafuma kumufurira, ngabadi vika power plant somewhere in Kitwe. The only power plant they have on Kafiwe ni Kafiwe town or Kafiwe Gorge. They should have several power plants on the Kafiwe River. And on Wapula River, they should have several power plants and solar. But we have all these things that can be achieved. But we pump money to politicians. We pump money as politicians pump money to voters as it's just disposed of,
It's a disguise. It's a disguise. When they give money to the voters, that's a disguise of war. These politicians.
It is a disguise because we as a people, we don't want to think a critical mind. We don't apply critical thinking to it. Why are they bringing these monies to us instead of pushing developmental agendas? And we allow that as a people.
You know why we allow it is because ama politics in Zambia. These same politicians, so people aba sambira, aba ishiba how it's supposed to be done. They shy away because the politics, the Zambian politics attract dirty politicians into politics. Mwamona. So, na tumona hii neti mundu bile ikwete bakade. All the cadres they have shifted there. Pari Amaru alipangile video alentukana calling me a bulldog. Amaru calling me a bulldog. Na limona ti Amaru wabamua United States muno. If I pick up the call, they'll take you in. Because you
don't waste too much time. You cannot answer. You see, I did the same thing with Madam Giveni Katuta. I cannot answer.
No, because this is a trend of where people shy away from politics because they don't want to be attacked and ridiculed for nothing.
But my dear sister, why should you answer to Amaru?
He was threatening me. He says, I'm going to send people on you and we are going to insult you. Insults you've never heard.
My dear sister, it's the same thing. You was threatening, but I was also threatening me. Here in Europe, we call it defamation of character. When you talk about me, I'm not there. The woman was talking about me. I did not say anything. I did not mention anything. I was not there. And she mentioned my name on a public forum. So that is a correct consequence of defamation of character. And I would have just mentioned it. But then the question, I asked myself a question. How do I take a woman like Given Katu to police? To gain what? I don't want to gain anything.
But for me, Amaru was threatening me. No kulala that I'm going to send thugs on you. You are going to be insulted. He's threatening my life. So if I go to Zambia today, I know, that guy he has got cadres under him. So Ngandimu Zambia, my life is at risk because I don't know what Amaru could have told those people about me.
Yeah,
So it's life threatening. That's why kunoko America, they don't take it lightly if someone threatens your life. Milandu ngawaimiache phone kuya musenda. Because you know what, kunoko America, why it is serious, because when someone threatens your life, before people used to be threatened by sola, and the next day basango umuntu nafa, but they ignored a call to say someone threatened so and so, the next day she's dead. So they changed the law because the police were being sued. Yes, they respond immediately because people were dying because of a threat, and the families were suing the police. Ukwewa chumuntu wesu called you to say your life is threatened. You did nothing. If you could have done something, our relative could have been alive. So that's why here they don't take threats lightly.
But I was so disappointed because Amaro threatening you, I was disappointed. Why?
Because ali yakuri bati mumundubire. So when our fire, they wanted to rope us by our neck to akonke kuri okobaye.
Different type of pressingers. They are lethal. They are just.
Niba never hardcore. Barabe never letere ba lungu. Aba. These cadres aba yakuri ba. Amakada aba yakuri ba mundubire. Eba letere PF. Because they were unhinged. Now yakuri ba mundubire na abapokerera.
Comment section. As if it's not PF.
Imagine, these are the cadres while PF lost power, but now they have regrouped kuriba mundu bide kudia.
They've done well to go. It's a blessing. Let them go and then we win them.
Awe bajiniam Amaru like inende pindemu nali mpanga video maluno kumwewa Amaru kwache Amaru wabamu America muno. Ingana imia phone so balesa kusenda. Walikuwa tabakashina abana wikalanda ati pumulo mubi because inengana ya kuzambia if I'm attacked by PF cadres in Zambia, it's because of you Amaru and the video you made. Hi Mariah, how are you? Oh, mule magariki. Mula mwali kwa tabipi. Wetamulushi le mingala to mama. Yeah, you didn't lose. It's just mingala to. That's why if I na BPT to wale nganafu wajisa pepano na yashama camera. Just come online. If you are stressed out, come online. Mwase kama yala.
He called and he said, JJ, we don't understand, but to me, I'm a phone once, I'm a presidential kandiba Mausampa, given Linda, Makebi, Lava Munduri. So, you know, going up in a judge and I said to Abamunduri, Opa, Michel Phone, I am the Baluvinda, Tabaya speaker, Primausampa speaker, Makebi asked her, one time Makebi answered, Valanda. And then over to me never Munduri, I walk wire, who's this JJ. Now, you know, if I'm reading around to have a moment for I don't have his number. What the number? I was about to Neverland. So the way Amaro was talking, I said, you obviously want to live on Munduri. So you have a Munduri, I I saw Uyumu Mendo and another brother wako uliabachita to Zambia.
Black apple.
Yes. Namu muna kuliba mundu leye baba subi yobo. So naisha nakushato okay. Na tushwe game oko ile. 2 minutes na isa mola banga video pali bako. Mola iwe. Wasamba baba chiten palia. Amba no kana ise tinga mitu milani bantu so ababa midilingana. Said honestly, how can you start saying all these things? That video wasn't good. That wasn't good. Naisa was very disappointed now because Landa, but days that the other day to blaze. But if you're upset enough place, there's a remote. If you're another Maro, that's not right. No, I support that one to read it. So when I show up at Maro, I think in Niger, join and I'm what I did and I support that I show that I did group pretty more in it. The group pretty more in it. So, katuisha abantu aba twale konkesha ule konka abantu mukatwala ndeki amano kashwe minime pali film but since wale sama watu afundisha kaso ka continue kupine ifowa team makebe wa kumuru
Team Echaba Kalipa. You know the thing in Chaba Kalipa is Lilian aleba bantwati ewa controla diaspora. Hello.
Recycle politician. Why should you bring around to UPF? Why never still betray worship? Davis Muir.
Davis Muir, ile kuliba brand mundi, ile kuna ishira ndati. Na leka mwe bantu bakwale, sana papa tampe. Mwela sana papa tampu sushie.
Awe yoko na sule fela samuna fe wonse fe bavene bavale mota tela stepitlet balungu balia na balole shabonse JJ demu filose because naluba.
Yeah, na mulufya. I think I'm a MPs. Limbi bill 7 money ile bomba 3 million.
Yeah, now wa JJ
3 million ile bomba.
Nomba kila takapo kakopati.
Limbi bali muchekerako. Limbi bali muchekerako.
Kena kale mona kwati bali abantu bakakafu ako kuwela kuzanga nomba kakaba very disappointed.
No. Yes. Yes.
The bad thing is the
mama baisa munganda ya mafunde ai mama mwaiseni. Mkwai.
No, but to shoot a message. My poor to make a never quick shower. My father, we should do she
Aka nikati mama chika monika. Lekemira.
Takuri wine lero. Takuri holy water.
Lero takuri.
Father mwachimia kuchimotoro kunwa kumwenu kupafesta mwachimia chachimodeka.
Nina menshi.
Yawe noti icho chitari chimotoro chotare icho ama wewe nicho mapisa.
Sala mwevo
Bashi pofe chimfula.
Ni vodka. Is that vodka? Gregus. Vodka.
Tisana yakoba ti ngamwamba mwakwata 50 years ujia pamoja. Instead you kuno ama ati ya tuno ama ati kwali banomba ifo tushita ifo. Mwashito tukuma ni 2 bags. Muka kituma 2 bags. So mwashito tulafiisha ko digestion ni nokweba ti twako na kutoilet wangu file chani
metaboli ati shani digestive shani uko moringa tea kula nwa kwa ba moringa tea
so nomba ifutu afika pali 50 years ukia pantais kuno bali twebako batwa tapeno kula nwa mule muntu so tatuama coffee ama tea ala ayo twale no twakulira mu yaja ya twakulira mu yala mati so no bawatu batalo akula apaskeni mwatoto so to kushitana alikwata na libika mulya bichungulo wanu akamo uruchero mairo wino fie fonse fintu fie wino so
you know but don't ask us something important ulia mulembe twale ya flowers that plant hibiscus is so nutritious iliye lubadi ya mamule that hibiscus bara ipanga muliti mukabyale mama yali mabula kuyomika mwapangati abasungweyo balenwa kuno yalikwata n'omutengo kabiri they import them tayamena naturally kuno
mwebantu alana bondwe nalisa ishwa nomba bondwe shina kuno bwebantu bakwalesa bondwe ine yakuzambya bondwe ya green bondwe mwabula mwaipika nomba omuntu wa bondwe mwalanwa mwabika muna kakali keka nono ala fila wa
na guava tea na yena guava is a guava tea ene guava ile mule bula fe guava mwayumika mwapanga tea na mango tea
yes
very nutritious though twaingira muri nutrition number inenda guava tea nga waisanga $5 utu nono na tie mama guava kuzambe twale yaputa
omukoli wako tapela
yes
omukoli wako tapela mawulo omukoli wako tapela mwaputaula tuma pieces mwabika mukabotolo mwabika mu alcohol ya white ya mwabika mukabotolo ono fyamba okusukija bantu omukoli wako tapela mulisa kuwa reddish oro mwabula mweba kwata nomba ama problems yama
kufi
mwabula nomba tazi no tumuto mwala chitana so ala mweba ntu ala fira bomba eyo lero yani papa nomba na karira na medicine
tulesa mbilishanya
so mama pumulo stumbe como mulelanda peri ya ma presidents aba PF na balubana 4 years down the line tubatika mpere na kofe ba UPND ukwisa afika kula sibamba chipante pamulu
na baba shita mama so pano tukwata discussion lelo and we have concluded ukwebati I confusion ide chitika mu Zambia yayambira mu parliament because those parliamentarians wafiro kuta defend our democracy but bali filwa so mu Zambia at the moment that term out party baonse bali yakuri ba UPND bonse and abaletandika kuti twashiningishe fya chitike pali bill 7 so bill 7 actually exposed what is actually happening in that parliament. That's why no one talks about anything. Amalela andafye, what's her name used to talk a little bit. You've never given Katutabalela andako, Binu Mpundwalela andako. How many? The rest, the whole parliament is gone, Mwemantu. And we can
given Katutabela, Fiabala and Jaya Demwandini. Tabala and Jewinome.
I think mu parliament wonse muli problem. So parliament yonse ile bomba na ba UPND so nomba. we fwebena Zambia tulishe kwati abafyashi bonse balipondoka tulifweka
wachikamuleka ife nomba tulifweka ambapo chijapa chako bati twalayikusha question naye question lotwala nipusha na mwevo bantu mama amayo mwalikwata shuri kuda kukopa belt ili kalamba chapa ni ambapo akobati naye pofwewe na Zambia twalayikala nga ba politician bamuliye batuliye munango twalayikala ati tieni tupoke obuntungwa yeri pusha lolo namipusha na mumwini ifwe kwebekala kyalo tulikale nga bamuliye nangu twalayikala okuba ati tieni tupoke fwebeni obuntungwa eponapera
nalikosa eryashi because you know fyonse nomba ife tunafyesa pabweru because abama MPs abavotere bill 7 ebairechita indosi bamundubire ero bamundubire bapasuka from the PF bayoko kuri ba FDD tonse babula tonse bayifurunganya tonse ya bafunyamo PF bachitefe balefa ero babasala ba president ba tonse Nama MPs bali abene abavotere bill 7 they are there. So and then abene abantu kukasama basoka balubinda timwikesa ko kuno kukasama kule kukasama they were supposed to be there and protect the vote but instead bali mulusaka balesu bana mabunga the president. So they sold that kasama election. Now if we are not careful, this is what is going to happen in the entire election mu 2020 mu August. Baka tudribura. If we are going to think to the mundu vile kashitiri mundu vile ina timu echechi the same way they did in parliament. If ine kutontonkanya kwa dia opinion yandi I don't know ngamlezi suminishe fonde tontonkanya opo mfikire ini
I wish you were one TV. Now it's disappointing.
Baka sende chalo mumano mufifine ba pasukoku because you are in it to win it. So mosenga turefo yokuchinja why ukupasukana? We are supposed to be one team.
Ama MPs banono sana Mzambia. Ama MPs banono sana. Nangu waikala batupishawo pensuro. Abena Zambia balitumpa tapabafo bayishima. Cheni tubapishimo fi pensuro. Iwe wakulanda tinewo opposition. Ine nakulanda tinewo ruling party. Cheni tulebombera fipamo. Bane cheni tulebalira fipamo. Cheni tubalire fya masuku pamo kwe.
Efile chitika.
Apa efo batista. Apa batista apa. Bekala fye bali kwata. Basala kambuma wakatwalo. Bakulaka wakatwalo. Sono by if you alakana twalaba kanina general election tukalalanda ako kambuma. Nindoshi.
Uyu ni korokombwa.
Mwevena Zambia indoshi yo yaisa kukusuka atinisa iyo indoshi. Uyo kambuma ero ako kalumba kakukasama kafunyeni pofye ule ni pofye mwenda ikalia kalumba mwanfwe epo tukalalanda ala tunaisa kampeni ya nombe ono mwali tendeka kaili bali tuka nomala bana bayo wonsi bali tukense bapompo nokundumbula nemwine nshidi
Bali mirumbula.
Mwine nshidiko mwali kundumbula so tuneisa uno mwaka ukatumona umfeni apa vesi kukasama kuli ama statistics Timangi famous statistics. By opposition budget 2.5 million Zambia. By ruling party we need 2.5 million. By opposition by PF work to 1.8 million. By Katolika Zambia, maisha wa milioni nani pusha bonseo. Name pusha. Maisha wa milioni wako wa Katolika Zambia. How many Catholic wako Zambia? Ba machika monekana nami pusha. How many wako Katolika to Zambia? Bank.
Get five. Get 5 million.
No. Quarter 8 million. 8 million wako Katolika. Zambia. So, if we go to about 8 million, 30 muntu, ese muntu, uise utuwishe na 2 million. Ule nguvu ndela da. Iwe nga ukwete 2 million, waisa mkutumpia. Shani. Ine kwete 8 million, 30 unduishe.
Kasho poliko sereri ashiri abu Katolika ka? Viri pama numbers. Ifatule imwena pariru, ifatule imwena pambi, kanshi pama numbers.
Katolika tewa kwa angalila kwa Katolika.
Namba mayo, namba. Ukwete 8